Fako Estate, Jakonde bus stop, Oke Afa, Ejigbo. Remember, we didn't punctuate the other one, the slant style. So let us punctuate this one, so that you won't say she taught us just one address without punctuation. Now we want to punctuate. You can see everything starts at the same. If you use your ruler, you will see a straight line. This is for the block style. Now I want us to punctuate. The first line, you put a comma. The second line, you put a comma. The third line, you put a comma. This one, you put a comma. This, you put a comma. And if our address is ending at Ejigbo, what do you put? Full stop. Do you understand? Yes, wherever your address ends, there must be a full stop. If you punctuate line 1 and did not punctuate line 2, you will be penalized. Yes. If you punctuate 1, 2, 3 and did not punctuate the last one, you will be penalized. So if you know you want to punctuate your address, please punctuate all the lines. You start with a punctuation, with a comma, and end with what? A full stop. Does anybody have any question here? Is anyone confused on how to punctuate address? Remember, from the question Augustine asked, I said this comma here is not part of the mandatory punctuation of an address. You just use this comma to separate the number of the house and the street. Are we clear there? All right. So, we are writing to somebody that is within Lagos. So, our address ends at Ejigbo. Assuming we were writing to somebody in Oyo State, what would have been the end of our address? Lagos. Lagos State. That's very good. Assuming we were writing to somebody that is in South Africa, what would have been the end of our address? Nigeria. C'est comme ça. That is how to write a perfect address. Remember, your address should be able to bring somebody from where he is coming from to your house. So, when you're writing your address, you need to be very calculative. I'm going to Ronald Kings and Queens School, and I live at Abuja. What happens? I bought a bus in Abuja, going to Lagos. And when you get to Lagos, you will tell them, they'll ask you, Madam, Sir, which bus stop are you alighting? Maybe you're not too sure of the bus stop, and you tell them, I'm going to one place they call Ejigbo. Ejigbo, what local government is Ejigbo? It is in Oshodi Solo. So the driver is beginning to get a clearer picture of what you're saying. Meaning, if you're going to Oshodi Isolo, you either stop at Oshodi, or you get to Sele, or you get to Ojota. So your address should be able to bring somebody from where he is coming from to your doorpost. I am at Ojota, I want to come to Jakonde. I board another bus going to Oshodi. And I tell them I'm going to Ejigbo. And they say that Ejigbo is towards Ikotu area. Good, you either board a bus going to Ikotu or Ejigbo. And you tell them when you get to this thing, they will tell you, stop at Jakonde bus stop. Can you see the way that your address is bringing the person close to you? You get to Jakonde bus stop. You tell them you want to alight. When you get to Jakonde, you tell people, please, I'm going to Kings and Queens School. They ask you, where is Kings and Queens School? It is in Fako Estate. Good. Look at Fako Estate just there. And you get to Fako Estate. Please, I'm going to Kings and Queens School. And where is Kings and Queens School? The address is number 1, Faith Avenue. Good. That's just Faith Avenue there. And you're right there meeting the person you want to see. Do you understand? Your address has to be as clear as that. Bringing somebody from far and near to where you are. Do we understand? We talked about letter writing, and we said letters. A letter is a message from one person to the other. And we talked about the features of a letter. And we said those features are those things you will see, and you say, yes, this is actually a letter. We also talked about the styles of writing and address. We talked about the block style, and we talked about the indented style. And I said, for us to achieve an indented style, you have to move a step inward in each of the next lines. And for the block style, everything starts at the same position, meaning after writing your address, you should have a straight line. We also made mention that an address should be able to bring somebody from wherever he is coming to where you are. I think the long and short of the whole thing is that an address, a well-written address, bring people to where they are going to without having issues. So for you to prove that you are a good student of language, you are a good student of English, you should be able to write a perfect address. Also remember that when you're writing your address, the initial words, the initial letters of every lexical item has to begin with a capital letter. If there is no question, I beg to stop here. Thank you.